Good evening. It's so nice to see so many of you here tonight. This is an exciting time of year, the winter concert season. And you may not know this, but when you're in undergrad and you're learning to become a music teacher, why don't you get tested on putting together selections for a concert? You have to turn in a selection, like this would be the 5 songs I'd play at the winter concert. I tell you, no one on earth has ever chosen the 4 songs for their test that we're about to play for you tonight. It is the most eclectic, almost random, but we can justify it after the fact, group of music that you're ever going to hear at a winter concert. If I turn this as an assignment, hey, these are the 4 songs we're going to play, they'd say, I'm not so sure you should be a music teacher. There's a big music distribution company, J.W. Pepper, and it's where all the band directors in the country buy their music. And they had the data on the top 200 performed songs at the college level over the last 10 years, what have been most purchased. So I sent the links to the students. I said, you listen, if you like one, I'll buy it, and then we'll just try it. And so this first tune, Arabesque, was a student recommendation, and I believe this came from our tuba player, Scotty Harrison, right? Was it you? Yep. He said, we should try this one. I listened, I said, okay, let's give it a go. It's a Middle Eastern kind of scale. The first time we played it, everyone in the room was very excited. It starts with a beautiful flute solo. Kira has a beautiful flute solo. And the way we did this is we told them all, one of you is going to play the flute solo, so learn it. And then the other day, everyone took a turn, and it was clear to everyone in the room that the person who's playing tonight is definitely the right person to be playing the solo. So we hope you enjoy this first tune. We're going to take a little trip around the world tonight with our music. Right? It is the holiday season. Why not? Arabesque. Thank you. So when we choose the music, we sit in the office together and we listen, or the kids send things in. You know, preparing pieces for a concert, you're playing the same thing kind of for several weeks or several months. And sometimes you just want to pass something out that's fresh, that we can just try. This seems to keep happening in the program. It happened again with the Symphony Orchestra. We'll tell you about it in a bit. Where I hear a song, I go, oh, that's cool, that'll be cool. You know, it's just a little bluesy thing. And then we go to play it, and it's like, whoa, there's a lot more happening than I initially realized. And then students really liked it. And so we said, okay, let's keep it in. So this piece is entitled Sea Rock City. I don't know anything about this city, but I know that this song, just like the program for this band tonight, this song in itself is all over the place. It has like this bluesy elements, then it has this kind of like floaty jazz, kind of modern fusion jazz rhythm elements, and then it completely breaks down into a funk section. Then it only features the percussion section that sounds like a street party in New York or something. And then that goes away, and everyone yells. And then it's really beautiful with just this like little sound in the distance and the vibraphone, and then it all comes together again. In the end, it's quite nice. And it's not easy, so we always stop. So we're all excited to, no matter what, we're going from the first note to the last note. That's it. This is our chance. Sea Rock City. in all groups, there's like the principal player who has all the pressure with the solos, and they're freaking out on Monday if they know they have a concert Friday. Even at the highest level, they know. There are certain things in the symphony orchestra world where it'll come on the calendar and it's 4 months away, they go, oh. And you have 4 months leading up to the moment to execute this solo. And then it goes down to the first trumpet, second trumpet, third trumpet, first clarinet, second clarinet, third clarinet. And as you go down, the range is lower and the parts are not quite as intricate and it's much less demanding. Well, a couple of years ago, I said, you know what, forget it. And we just gave the entire trumpet section the first trumpet part so that everyone can have fun trying, and they go, Mr. Switzer, this is too high. I said, you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. And so you have no one languishing, with their legs crossed, just, on the... And so what's happened is this experiment has totally worked. Everyone in this trumpet section can play first trumpet on every song, because just until 2 weeks ago, they all had first trumpet. And then 2 weeks ago, we said, okay, you guys divide it up. I don't care who does what, but we need to have the other harmonies. And so you might notice that they're getting up and switching seats because the first trumpet is sitting in the center. And so it's just a really neat thing. That's why I wanted to recognize them, that they've helped each other rise to the challenge. And that's the beautiful thing about music, is that it's collaborative in the truest way. The better the person next to me is on either side, then the better the experience is for me and the audience. And this group, I think, really embodies that, particularly in the trumpet section. But anyway, that's a little inside baseball with the Carlmont Symphonic Band here. This next piece, movement from Russian Symphony No. 3 by Boris Kozebnikov. And Jana Paredes, who took the beautiful alto solo on the last song, she said, Mr. Switzer, can we give this one a try? It's very long. If we do the whole thing where it's like 13, 16 minutes, and we had a tough time deciding which part we wanted to do. So we're just going to do the first movement. It's very traditional. It's a nice, strong march. If we had thought in September or August that we'd be playing it as fast as we are tonight, we would have had delusional thoughts. But now, we're doing it. So this is the first movement of Symphony No. 3, Slavyanskaya. Here we go. Thank you so much for your warm applause. They really do work hard each day. We have fun. It's a madhouse, but that's kind of by design. Let them blow off a little steam, you know? Miss Webster and I think the students in the class too, don't think of this and approach this like, oh, this is a class. Like, okay, class, fifth period class, and what class will I take next year? It's more like a 4-year program and experience. And the people who are freshmen now are learning from the seniors how to model leadership, and you can see the freshmen going, I want to be like that when I'm a senior. It's like a whole band culture. And 2 of our leaders, Tristan and Neil, will you please stand up? These 2 were just accepted into the California State Honor Band. Thank you for coming out and supporting the pep band at the football games. The kids really enjoy that, and I don't know how far we'd have to go to find another pep band with 200 music students. And you'll get to see them again in the spring at Celebrate the Music. So for the last piece, it's the holiday season, right? So we said, okay, it's winter. What's something that we can play that's wintry? And I said, well, it's right in the title. It's Frozen. And I thought, okay, this will be cool. It's like Frozen. And I expected, actually, it was another one of those ones I thought we'd just kind of sight read it and they'd play it perfectly and we'd put it away. And it turns out that there's a lot to it as far as moving through different keys and changing tempos and exposed solos. And it's like a legitimate piece of work worthy of concert presentation. Of course, it does work best when you start with a tune based off the scales from the Middle East, followed by a rock piece, and then a Russian symphony. Right after that, Frozen. So thank you for being here tonight, and please stay for the second half. The Carlmont Symphony Orchestra is extraordinary. You want to see Miss Webster. We have a student conductor tonight, Aiden Yang, who conducted last year for the first time, and he had like this talent he didn't know he had, and he could just do it perfectly. So is that prodigy? I don't know. You can Google it, but you don't want to miss that. So one more song here. This is many of the themes from Frozen. And Chloe and Sloan, my daughters are out there. They're very excited in little red dresses. Girls, the Symphonic Band, they wanted me to dedicate this song to you two. So here we go, Frozen. so much. So we have a lot of gifted students in the program. And last year, the day before the concert, I saw this student conducting a chamber group in here, and it was like exceptional. I go, where'd you learn how to do that? He goes, I don't know, I've never done it before. This is my first time doing it. I go, what? Okay. I said, why don't you conduct a group tomorrow? And he conducted the group, and he did it from memory, and he'd never conducted the piece. I said, okay, you're gonna conduct them at the concert tonight. We put a YouTube up of it, it's really cool. He's conducting the group like this, and he'd never had the score, and he's turning the pages of the score without looking at the score at the right time on a score he's never seen until that day. And I'm just going, what is going on here? Miss Webster and I talk a lot about, we go, what's going on with this program? Yeah, we teach and we make them do it a million times, but also with the boosters and the parents and the music mentors and the feeder schools, what we do is we're kind of like just steering this boat of opportunity, and how much of the opportunity the students want to seize is up to them. And it's been pretty amazing to see how much of the opportunity this group has seized, and Aiden in particular. So then we went to New York, and Aiden worked with the string orchestra, and the string orchestra conductor was there from Juilliard. I had contacted him on the internet, and he came out, and he worked with Aiden and said, wow, you're mighty fine at this. He just went to a conducting camp, Sonoma State. This group went to Stanford, and after Aiden conducted, the director of the symphony, Professor Phillips, whispers to me, does he want to come to Stanford? So that's what I'm talking about. I'm just so you know, we're not just up here landing planes, right? This is the real deal. And he's a senior, and the students all love him. He's got tons of charisma, but he's a very gifted musician. And I said, you need to conduct the concert. I'm gonna take a break, you do it. They love playing for you. You're gonna love it, the audience is gonna love it. So let's please welcome senior Aiden Yang. Come on out, Aiden. Before I turn the program over to Miss Webster, this is, as far as I see it, the most important part of the evening. Years ago, not too long ago, the group sounded like this, and the inner shell, we call it, the first chair players in the string section were all sophomores. And we go, oh my God, this group next year and the next 2 years, we're gonna be, like if this is what we're doing now, this is gonna be on fire. And then the next year we look at the enrollment, and all 8 of them had dropped orchestra for another AP class. So 5 wasn't enough. We have to take 6. And last year I got a little bit almost too impassioned about this on the audience. I'm sorry, but didn't get enough sleep. But I told you guys, the community, like, what are we doing? As you can see, that is just a normal day of school. That's what happens every day from 8:30 to 9:30, exactly what you just saw, or some variation of that. And in fact, the students have even started their own Carlmont Symphony Orchestra thing that is like 40 people from all the classes, the Aiden's conducting, and we have student librarians copying music, and they do it at lunch and Flex as well. It's really special, and these are the artists and the creators, and they have friends, and they're working together, and they're not stressed, and they're smiling, and they're laughing, and while they're playing, they matter to the person next to them. Most importantly, when you play an instrument, for that one instant, no matter what's going on in your life, you matter to yourself, and that's a feeling that people spend their whole life searching for. That's why golf clubs are so expensive. And we get that all the time. It's a real gift to be cherished, and congratulations to all of us that have gotten our students this far. Look how beautiful they look. So please make sure that this is a 4-year experience. And so I'd like to congratulate you. Last year, from the entire orchestra, after this little talk, of all of them, 65 kids, we only had 1 student not re-enroll. So you did it. Good job. Of the 6 students who got into Stanford last year, 3 of them were from our music program. Okay, so you can get into an okay school in spite of doing 4 years of this incredible thing. Okay, so thank you, and please, 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 it's a 4-year thing. We need to see you here. Now we're going to bring out our very favorite music director, Miss Webster, who is an amazing teacher and has been a real gift to the program. The kids love working with her. I love working with her. She has great ideas. She has a wide community of people that she knows that she's bringing into the program. Every day, from the second class starts to the second class ends, she goes for it and gets the best out of the students, and I think you're about to see that. So let's all please welcome Miss Jordan Webster.
Thank you. We are going to continue with a beautiful piece, Wedding Day at Troldhaugen. Grieg wrote this for his wife for their 25th wedding anniversary. Pretty nice present. My anniversary is coming up. I should get working. And despite the name, Troldhaugen, it's actually a very beautiful place. It was Grieg's home in Norway. And just like the place, this piece, absolutely gorgeous. It has this celebratory section at the opening and the close, and then sort of sandwiched in the middle is this quiet, more intimate section. Very beautiful piece. So this is Wedding Day at Troldhaugen.
This is from the movie Chicago, well, musical, turned into a movie. I don't know if you know what it's about, but if what I can remember, it's like in the, like the gangster times, and isn't it like there's something the girls are in jail for like not being nice to their men that weren't nice to them, and they like dance about it or something? So, welcome to the arts. Thank you so much. In this group as well, we had 23 students audition for State Honor Ensemble from Carlmont, and we had 5 get in, the 2 who we met during the last performance with the Symphonic Band. And from this ensemble, we had Ariana Sue on bassoon, please stand, and Nick Taylor on the French horn. We'll bring out Miss Webster to take us home. Thank you so much, and just again, I can't iterate enough how much the boosters and the donations make a huge difference. The school gives us from the state $8 a student, which would buy a bass string for each kid to wave around. So the boosters lets us try this experiment with music and bring in clinicians and visit Stanford and bring Stanford to us. Oh, here's a cool thing. I've become friends through playing the trumpet with the professor at Stanford, Giancarlo, who teaches composition and runs a symphonic band. And Miss Webster had a great idea. We said, what can we do that would be different? And last year, she said, I know, let's commission someone to write a piece. So we're gonna have the composition instructor from Stanford. He came and worked with the students just the other day. He goes, I want to hear how they play. And he's going to compose a piece, and then we're going to premiere it in the spring. And that's kind of a cool thing. And then also, I purchased a piece of music I wanted to do forever. And around this piece of music, we're trying to do a bunch of things. And that's just a little teaser. And with that, I bid you adieu. Thank you.
I'd like to second what Mr. Switzer said. Our music boosters, under the leadership of Kim Bishop, it really takes a happy and dedicated army to make this happen. And we're accepting more members all the time, right? So whether that's volunteering or donating, please think of a way to get involved. We've had a really busy fall. Pep band, string bonanza, we've had visits. We performed in the Performing Arts Showcase. We performed for the 7th and 8th grade musicians at Terlinda and Ralston. We had clinics for musicians at Cole Mansion. We went to Stanford. We had the directors from Stanford come to us. So it was like a lot. And so about 2 and change weeks ago, we were still looking for a piece to add to the program. So in this holiday season, the Nutcracker emerged, and with our instrumentation, horns, harp, it seemed like exactly the right fit. We're all familiar with these melodies, yet we quickly became aware of sort of the hidden complexities of the piece. There's some challenges hidden in these very elegant melodies. And I only mention this because if you weren't already impressed with what you're seeing up here, this should probably take you over the top. So this is the Waltz of the Flowers from the Nutcracker.